All right, so this is the first weekly review and analysis, and we basically start today with futures and then go down the currency pairs. And I start with the US dollar index on a monthly chart because it's the strongest. So, just to give us an idea of what's happening. So, obviously, on a monthly, we're in a strong uptrend. Um, we tapped into an internal level on a monthly, then even shifted and did not come lower than this. And we took out the high on the index and tapped into an internal level. And this happened a few days ago. Um, yeah, so right now, as we basically took out external liquidity, where is price leading to? Obviously to internal. And right now we are about to break this low, so we have to break it. Until we do, we're technically bullish, so anything could happen. We could technically go higher, so just keep that in mind. And yeah, right now we're just bearish, and if we break, we could go much lower. We don't know how low, obviously, because we have several internal levels. And what is likely though, so we could come into this monthly level right here, and within this monthly level there are some internal weekly levels, so something around here, but that would be a process of a few weeks. So for now there might be a great opportunity for a big swing trade down here, but remember two things. So first of all, we have to break this daily low here. Unless we do, we're bullish. And even if we break, technically we could also, touch into this internal and then come back up or even higher. So the market can be irrational longer than we can stay solvent. So anything could happen, obviously, at any point. But also with, um, Trump coming into office. So we should definitely keep an eye on this. But for now, great opportunity and a great swing trade into here. That is with the dollar index. Now the euro, vice versa. So with this, let me just delete everything. So with this, we basically tapped into this monthly imbalance right here. So we took out all this liquidity here that has been built, and now we kind of stopped here at this block very precisely. And now same thing, we have imbalances to the top. Yeah, and price has great potential to reverse, and for this we should break above here. We are kind of just ranging in here, building something. So we have to break above here. We did on the hourly. We then tapped into this internal here. We then had another one here, and it just keeps on going. So yeah, this is basically what happened. Yeah, so here was a short-term trade already, and then should it break above here, so great potential for a big reversal should we break above here, so that is the critical level. If we break above here, we can potentially come back up here, and then from here potentially higher. Yeah, so that is it for the Euro futures. Now let's have a look at GBP. So with the British pound, so on a monthly we're actually in decline, we're in a bearish trend. This is the real high up here. Yeah, kind of mitigated. This was the last unmitigated point. We also had this internal level, we then shifted, and right now we did not break below here. So until we do, we're in an uptrend on the weekly and monthly. Yeah, so just keep that in mind. So let's have a look on the weekly. So we basically tapped into internal level here. And so for the time being, this is a big weekly downtrend right here. And we now have the same thing basically. So we're in a downtrend until we break above here. So should we close with the body above here, that would be a shift, and then something like this. So this is all low resistance liquidity in here. We also have imbalances up here and here. So yeah, basically the same thing on a pound. And yeah, even here. So same thing, kind of broke here, broke here. So we definitely had a trade down here. And yeah, so should we close above here, price might come into here and then into the internal level. So that's for the pound. Now let's actually continue with the Japanese yen futures. So obviously we're in a big downtrend as shown here. However, we came into internal level on a monthly and on the daily. So here's a big level, and for me that's actually the last real high. We also got this, but this is a big one. So yeah, should we break above here and close with the body, then we have a big potential to come up all the way here. So that's for the yen. Should we not, we actually might continue down into this internal level here and then maybe shift. So we will have to see and look for confirmation. So right now it's just making its way and it shifted here. Now with the Swiss franc. Yeah, Swiss francs basically ranging in between this zone, if you will. And we're in a big downtrend from the weekly. Now we have this internal level down here. And we even broke below here. So I think what it's doing is kind of tapping into these internal levels and then maybe reverse. So I would anticipate something like this. Yeah, so as of now, it just reacted here. So should we break above here, we tap into these internal levels and then continue probably down. Should we not break above, we will actually take out this external level here. So yeah, right around here we could wait for a market structure shift and then continue lower down here. So that would be what I anticipate. But if we don't get something like this, we could also break higher. So this is basically a critical level right here. So that's for the Swiss franc. So as of now, nothing. We just have to wait. And then here would be at one of these levels the micro shift, and then here would be a real shift, but that's a big range, big ratio. So yeah. Now let's have a look at the Canadian dollar. What is happening? Yeah, we actually tapped the monthly, which is a big one. And it's just a very, very big range. So from here, it's not very clear what happens. I mean, obviously, we're in a 10-year downtrend. So we actually might take out these lows at some point, or we shift higher. So there is a big range here on the Canadian. Now keep in mind Trump coming up, so this might be bad for Canada. So the Canadian dollar could actually decline even more based on fundamentals. Yeah, but just let's have a look at just technicals at this point. So this is the precise weekly level, and here's another one. So these are relevant right now for me. Now here is an important level. If we break above here, we continue up, and this would actually make sense because we have internal liquidity levels in here. So yeah, on the daily it's actually this level and then this level. So can I, yeah, so these are basically the levels that I would look at. And now you can even look, it's early right now, but for a micro shift, yeah, so for a micro shift, and it basically looks like we already got one, yeah. So here, yeah, so price basically right now continues until here. There's also some internal level. So yeah, futures might continue up here, and then we will see if it breaks or not. So it, yeah, looks like there's big potential for a big swing trade in here. So that's for the Canadian. Let's have a look at the Australian dollar. So that's the monthly. So yeah, we are on a monthly in a downtrend still. Let's actually refine it. This is the weekly low. This level might be important. So yeah, overall very, very bearish. Obviously, this is liquidity to get taken out. Yeah, we just continue going lower on the Australian. We tapped into this internal here. Got another one up here. Since these are the weekly internal levels, we not only look at the extreme levels, but obviously also at the low ones. So not only the extreme levels. And for now, it just closed with the body below that low, and it's just tapped into a daily internal level, and then basically taking out this external, and on a low time frame it looks something like this. So actually here we had a shift. That was the real shift, but then it was already too late. So we already, you know, took the external out. So this is basically not a trade, only if you took it up here. Yeah, here you would have gotten your shift, and yeah. So this is with the Australian dollar. So now we took out external. So if we shift, we go back to internal, and internal now might actually be higher. So as of now, nothing with the Australian, only external to internal. And then yeah, if we would shift above here, go much higher, or go much lower. So it's just in the middle right now. Now with the New Zealand dollar, so we got a shift here and a big downtrend too. So yeah, we should reach this low, but at least take out the monthly external here first. Yeah, on a weekly level, this makes a lot of sense also. Then had a shift here. Now it is basically just reacting to this. It's just reacting on a big time frame. So yeah, this one is interesting. If we close above here, we definitely have a shift and we have a move until here, and this one would be valid. So again, remember, we're trading internal to external and external to internal. This one technically took out external here. There's another external here. So again, this is all fractal, but it took out external here. So what would it do? It would shift and go to the next internal, and we have multiple ones. So we have a very small one here, we have a big one up here, and that's what I can see on the daily, and we need to shift. So yeah, this is basically it. And now let's look for the micro shift. So basically here, yeah, we have it. And again, remember, when price is shifting and in for a big move, it takes a lot of volume and liquidity to shift. So we might we might get these ugly ranges and accumulation phases, which can be tough to trade. So just keep that in mind. Yeah, so price just reacted from here, has now shifted, and then it came back into this one. There's now an internal level. So yeah, price just has shifted and is looking bullish until here. Should we break above here? That's a big one. And that's basically it for the futures.